Good morning. It is 11:07, Sunday, July the 5th, 2026. And I am going to be a couch potato today because I have been out and about the past 2 days and I'm tired and I have to go back to work tomorrow, Monday. So I decided I'm staying home today, just laying around, doing a little bit of laundry and reading and watching Amazon. So I hope everyone had a happy 4th of July. I had a great day. Terribly hot here. I know in most cities, states, it has been terribly hot. The heat wave that's been here this past week, a nightmare. Yesterday, it did end. It was stinking hot, blazing hot. We went to a graduation party. It was so hot. Thank God they had stuff set up indoors. So we were able to stay in the air conditioning or come outside in the heat if you wanted to. And I did a little bit of both. They had some tents up, which kind of stopped the sun from hitting on you the entire time, but it was hot. But they had sprinklers running too, so it was a pretty good time, pretty cool. Then we headed to a cookout and we got there. We were there maybe an hour and a half and the thunderstorm started rolling through and it poured. When I tell you it poured, it poured. And driving home, so we were in Harrisburg, and driving home on the highway, after you pass the 2nd Street exit in Harrisburg and to come back to York area, we noticed like the traffic got backed up right there at New Cumberland. It's dark because it's almost, I think it's like 9 something. And we're like, what is all the traffic? Here, the winds blew so much, it blew a lot of the trees onto the highway, onto I-83 South. So we were just looking at the damage because we had to drive really slow in the left lane. It was horrible. The damage that wind did. I didn't realize how bad the wind was blowing last night when we were sitting at our friend's house, but it was pretty bad. Lots of damage. There were crews on the road last night. They had one lane blocked off for just a tiny little bit, but you didn't realize what you were getting into until you kept traveling down the road. So I'm assuming that they might have that cleaned up today, but I was a little nervous about people driving late last night who may not notice it until it's too late because the branches, the trees, the limbs that were just out in the road was just crazy. It was crazy. But the closer we got to York, it wasn't so bad. I didn't really see a lot of the branches and the trees and stuff in the road as we got closer to York and to our exit. So that was that. I think I'm doing pretty good. Promising you guys a video a week. It is Sunday, so this will be my video for this coming week since Sunday officially starts the new week. So here I am. So Friday, I'm all confused with the days because I had off work Friday for 4th of July. So Friday felt like Saturday and yesterday felt like Sunday, and I feel like I should be at work today, but you don't see me there. Anyhow, Friday, a friend of mine, me and Shell, we went out to breakfast. We went to the thrift store and then we went to the bookstore. So let me tell you, there's a book that I had been looking for that was recommended to me by a couple people, and I couldn't find it at 2nd and Charles. So 2nd and Charles is a newer bookstore here in York. It is right where Book of the Month used to be, in that little area there right off of Mount Zion Road. So we were in there and she had never been in there before. And I told her, I said, their books are decent price. I know people sell their books back there. And I think that's part of why some of the books are a lot cheaper. So we were in there. She found a couple books that she liked. And the one book that I went there for a couple weeks ago that they told me they don't have, guess what? They have it now. I got this on the rack and it was $5.50. I was gonna go to Barnes and Noble, because there is a Barnes and Noble here in York, and God, I didn't even know it was here, but it's in there with, what's over there? Longhorn, Ross, Burlington, it's in that one. So I was gonna head over there after we left Second and Charles, but I didn't have to because I got it cheaper at Second and Charles. So this is gonna be my next read. I heard lots of good things about this book. If anyone here has read this book, just let me know. Don't tell me what happens in the book, but just let me know if you've read this. So I have gotten back into reading since May. I started back into reading right before we were going on vacation. My tradition was always reading at least one book while I was on vacation, because when I'm on vacation, whatever beach, whatever island, whoever's island we're on, Gilligan's Island, whoever's island, I always take a book to read. I love reading. I just kind of got away from it. Life just kind of took me away from it, but I'm back now. This will be my fifth book? My fifth book since May, since the third week of May. I have another book here that I was supposed to start reading a week or so ago. Just never got to it. But now that I got this book, I'm gonna start this one today, since I'm just lounging around doing nothing. I'm gonna start this one today. Last week I said, I told you guys I was gonna try, I'm trying to build my YouTube community. And last week when I had checked, I wanna see how many subscribers I can get by the end of this year. So I'm giving myself 6 months. I would love to hit that 1,000 mark, but don't know if I'm gonna be able to. So every week I'm gonna give you an update on where I am. Last week when I had checked and got on here and talked to you guys, I was at 188. Today I'm at 194. So that is 6 more subscribers that have joined me. Thank you, appreciate you guys. So I'm just gonna do weekly updates on that. What else am I doing? So this week, let's see, what happened this week? Jesus, everything happened. A lot happened this week. Very busy at work. Work was busy. A lot of people off this week because of the holiday. You know, summer holidays, people like to use their PTO, paid time off, and I don't blame them. You know, hey, use your time, it's your time, use it. So I just had a lot on my plate this week, as I do every week. It seems like that's the theme anymore, having a lot on my plate at work. But I am about to make some changes. Not changes that are gonna happen overnight. They're gonna come in waves. 54 years old, but you know, I'm just thinking about what I want the other side of this life to be once I can retire. And there's an influencer I follow on Facebook and Instagram, XOXO Jolanda. I follow her, and she is in her 50s, and she just moved to another city, another whole state. Now, I'm not moving or anything, but you know, she was just talking about things that you regret in life that maybe you should have done and you didn't, and why not do it. She talked about how when she was younger and had her first son, that her mom and someone else had told her that she should go back to school, she should go to school, they would take care of her baby, and she didn't do it. And she said, now looking back, she said she really should have done it. But guess what? She's in her 50s now, and she is living her best life. She moved out of her apartment and moved to Florida. She moved to Miami, and she seems to love it. Now she's single, but you know what? It doesn't matter if you're single, married, or whatever you are. You know, no better time to live your life than today, right? Because you don't know what tomorrow might bring. I'm sitting in my living room, by the way. I usually sit back in my office, but I just thought I'd sit, well, not that I thought I'd sit somewhere else. It's that I'm sitting here binge watching TV and I don't feel like moving back there. So you're getting me right here on my couch. It looks bare behind me because I don't have the camera up to where there are some pictures up here, which I know y'all don't care, but I'm just telling y'all because when I look at this, it's like, oh, Roxanne, you don't have anything in your background. It's just your beige chair and your green wall. That's why, because I'm in my living room, relaxing, chilling. So yeah, I have a couple things that I would like to do that I'm considering it, and I'm writing things down. I'm doing the research now for it. Yeah. So I don't want to really give it, I don't want to give too much because, they say, you need to plan in silence, build in silence. Once everything comes to fruition, then you talk because you can jinx yourself. And I'm not trying to jinx myself. But once I know what I'm doing and I put the wheels in motion and it's done, you'll be the first to know. All right. So besides work, now don't get me wrong. I love the people I work with. I love the type of work I do. However, it's just becoming a lot. I don't know how else to say it, but it's just that it's becoming a lot. It's becoming overwhelming, and I'm getting old. I'm getting too old for all this kind of stuff here now. I ain't supposed to be working this hard in my, like, being 54, getting ready to be 55, working this hard. I ain't never worked this hard in my life. But thankfully, I have a great leadership team. I have a great team of staff, and my staff is what keeps me coming back every day. Honest to God, it's them. So that's work. What else did I do this week? Still doing Facebook, still pushing my content out there, but Facebook is pissing me off with a lot of the things that are going on there. For those of you who do Facebook, know about Facebook, social media, whatever, there's a lot going on with Meta and content creators. They are demonetizing creators left and right and left, side, center, back, front, upside down. They're demonetizing creators who have built huge following on Facebook. A lot of them are getting demonetized with no explanation, no true reason, no real reason as to why. They're just being demonetized. And I mean, I guess I really didn't know this, but, and I mean, maybe some of you here on YouTube can attest to this. I did not know that some people, like, that their full-time job was content creation, that they didn't work outside of the home, like that this is what they did for their living. And now with what's happening with Facebook, there are many creators who are like losing it, literally, mentally, emotionally, physically, because their income just got cut. I feel bad for them. I really do. I guess I just didn't realize how many creators truly did depend on social media for their livelihood. Thankfully, I don't. But it's disheartening and sad to see, especially the creators that do give back to their community on social media. It's sad to see that happen to them. But what some of them are doing, and I don't understand why they're doing it like this, their page got demonetized, so they immediately create another page and start building there. I don't think Mark and them are stupid. You might be getting away with creating another page while you're so what they're doing is on their page that's demonetized, they're promoting their new page and telling you to go follow that page, and they're posting all their analytics and things like that. And I'm like, it seems a little iffy to me. I wouldn't do it if I was them, but I'm not them, so they're doing what they want to do. And I guess it's like they're trying to find a way through the back door to get their monetization back, but it's starting over with a brand new page. I don't know how I feel about it. I do feel bad, though. I feel bad for those who have gotten demonetized with no reason or explanation as to why. They don't know, quote unquote, what they may have violated. Or is it the AI? Is it AI? Is it AI demonetizing them in error and they don't have a recourse to fight back? I'm not really sure. I mean, I can get into my Facebook thing where I had a page for 14 years and it did get demonetized. I was only in professional mode not even a year, it was a couple of months, and my page got deleted. They deactivated it, said I broke a ton of their community standards, even though they didn't tell me what they were. Not going to get into that because I did post about that here. Um, I have some videos where I talked about that. But I say that just to say that if you are a social media content creator, influencer, however you classify yourself, don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's one thing that I learned in a content creator boot camp that I took in March by with Jasmine Graves. She has YouTube, she has all social media platforms, and she's monetized on all of them. And she said, don't just depend on one. You need to make sure you're utilizing them all, because if something happens with one, like it is happening with some of my creator friends on Facebook, some of them only had Facebook that they monetized on. Now they're hopping on and, creating TikToks, Instagram, YouTube, Threads, whatever other platform. X, I think, is another platform. I won't go to that one though. But I am on all the other social media apps except, I shouldn't say all. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. So I'm trying to circle through all of them. So, like this piece of content here, I will not be posting on Facebook. This is strictly for YouTube. When I do my videos, it's strictly for YouTube. My shorts, yes, my shorts you will find on my other social media platforms. But these videos you're only gonna find here on YouTube. Anyhow, what else happened this week? Life happened this week. Daughter went to the beach. She decided, her and a couple friends at work decided, last minute of course, they decided, it was earlier this week, they decided they wanted to go to the beach. And they did, they drove down to Rehoboth Beach, and they'll be back today. Now, mind you, they paid like $600 for one hotel room because they had booked it like 2 days before. I told her I didn't think that was a smart idea to do that, but you know what? She's 25. Can't tell her what to do. She gonna learn. She gonna learn. But she said she had a great time. Talked to her last night. She's heading home today. And I can guarantee you when she come home, she ain't gonna have no energy. None. All her energy was used going tubing Friday. All day Friday she was tubing with no hat. So you know what that looks like. All day in the water, in a creek, whatever y'all call it. Somewhere you ain't gonna find me. I don't do rivers, I don't do creeks, I don't do lakes, I don't do none of that. It's gotta be chlorine for me. Gotta be chlorine in there for me to get in it. So yeah, they went to Rehoboth. I don't know what hotel they stayed at, but I think she said the hotel was 4 miles from the beach, and she said they were on the beach all day, all evening last night, went to dinner, went to bed, got up this morning. They did breakfast at the hotel, and they were going to get in the beach one last time and then head home. So I'm thinking she should be home maybe around, I don't know. Knowing her, she probably won't be here till about 5 or 6 because she's probably going to go back to her friend's house and then come home later. And then she got to work tomorrow, and then I'm going to hear the, oh, woe is me, how tired and exhausted, and the headache she got. But guess what? You ain't have that headache and all that stuff when you was out there doing your thing. You going to come in here and get some stuff done. That's what you going to do. You're going to come in here and get some stuff done. Other than that, trying to think what I have this week planned. Work. What else do we have? I don't, just work actually. I don't really have much else planned this week. I'll see how things go each day. We'll see how things go each day. But I did have a good time yesterday, 4th of July. Not typically what we do, not what our typical 4th of July looks like, but it was good. It was actually nice not having to host anything. We usually host a lot of summer events here, do cookouts, big events, and it's a lot. It takes a lot to do that, and it's nice not having to do it, but then I don't always get the food that I want. Like yesterday, I wanted like a hot dog or a sausage or a hamburger so bad. And neither of the events we went to yesterday had that. The first event, which was a graduation party, was the graduate's choice, and he wanted Chipotle, and it was good. It was good. I never thought about catering Chipotle, but it was good. You made your own bowl or whatever you wanted yesterday, and it was good. I did chicken. I never actually had the chicken at Chipotle. I usually get the steak, and it actually did taste really good. Um, so no cookout food there. So the cookout we went to, they did have chicken. They did barbecue chicken, but no hot dog. And I tell you, we were on our way home last night. I'm like, I really wanted a hot dog, and I don't eat hot dogs a lot. But when you talk about cookouts, I think of like burgers, hot dogs, sausage. I do think of chicken too, but I'm thinking grill food, stuff from the grill. And it was chicken, which again, I had chicken. I had Chipotle chicken earlier, so I ate it because that's what I had. But I'm gonna get ready to text Arnell, tell him he need to bring some hot dogs, because maybe we should just do some hot dogs, a couple hot dogs and a couple hamburgers today, and then I'll feel like I was at a cookout. And I don't need all I need is the hot dog. Honest to God, just give me the hot dog. Matter of fact, I have some pasta salad left over because I did take pasta salad to the cookout. So I have pasta salad. Maybe I'll tell him to get some baked beans too. Get some baked beans. We have everything for burgers. Yeah, maybe I'll just tell him to get some baked beans and some potato salad, and do a little mini thing here. Just him and I guess, since it's just us. We'll do that, and I'll get my cookout food. But that's really it. I want to thank you guys for being here with me. I appreciate you guys. I am continuing my summer salad series. This is week 3. No, this will be week 4. I don't know what salad I'm going to make this week. Friday, it was the pasta salad because it's a salad. I don't know what salad I'm going to do this week, so I probably need to sit back and think about what salad I want to do this week and feature for summer salad. Or if you guys have any ideas about summer salads I can make. But keep in mind, I don't want no difficult summer salad. I want something that ain't gonna take me more than like 30, 45 minutes to make. If it's gonna take a long time, I don't want it. A salad that I do like, but no one else in this house likes it. I love tuna macaroni salad. I love a good tuna macaroni salad. But no one here likes it. So if I make it, it's gonna be a small little batch. Maybe that's what I'll do. Make my tuna macaroni salad, make it, not a single serve, but just enough for like maybe for me to have for 2 or 3 days. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I could do that. Potato salad is one I cannot master. I used to love the German potato salad that they sold at Giant grocery store. And I know it had a little bit of vinegar and it was so good. And I'd like to replicate that one. So if anyone has a good potato salad recipe, put it in the comments and let me know about it. And I'll go Google it and see if I can make it. I'll make it one night this week, or heck, I might even have to make it Saturday depending on what my work schedule looks like, because right now I have no idea what it looks like. Shout out to Shelly, Lux and Maine, for my hair. We kind of moved away from the full head of waves, and I started letting her curl it again. Well, she kind of started curling it again. We talked about this when I was there Thursday, that she kind of got me away, because I was challenging her to do the waves with the mousse, and I had been getting that since like March. And the past 2 times I've been there, I kind of let her put more curl in it. But then what I do is when I put my scarf on at night, it gets flat. So it feels like it's wave. So I'm kind of getting the best of both. But I'm going to go back. I don't know, Shelly, if you listen to this, because if you listen to this, you hearing this, next time I come in, we going back to waves. We're gonna go back to full head of waves. So you getting almost a 2-week notice on that. Almost a 2-week advance notice on that. But I do like this. I do like this. The only thing is, like, when I go to the gym, this sweats out because it's not waved, like laid down wave because of the curls. So I struggle with that. Any other pixie girls that go to the gym, tell me what you do. How do you maintain your pixie when you go to the gym and you sweat? My sweat mostly is right here on the sides, like where my sideburns are. That's where my hair sweats. So when it is molded down, it usually stays. I might have to touch it up with some mousse and, put some mousse on that, but I don't have to worry about the curls and all that straightening stuff because it's already waved. So pixie girls, any pixie girls on here that go to the gym, how do you maintain your pixie? I've heard some girls say that they will wear their cap on their head when they're at the gym, or they will do the wrap papers, the black wrap papers around their hair when they're in the gym. I've never done the papers. Now, I have worn my scarf to the gym when I'm working out, and it does lift a little bit, but like I said, slap a little bit of the mousse on there and it's good. It's good. So I am gonna cut it here, but I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna see if I can finish this book by next week when I get on here, because it's a pretty thick book, so I don't know. I have to really focus on this to get this done this week, but if I start today, knowing me, if I start this today and it's really good like I'm expecting it to be, I could potentially get half of this book read today. If I put my mind to it, I could get half of it read. But check it out. If you're an avid book reader, and if you're an avid book reader and you have any book suggestions that I should read, drop them in the comments because I'm always looking for a good book. Oh, another thing. At Second and Charles, I said you can sell books back to them. They told me that, and I'm a member, and they said for the next 10 days, which would probably be 8 days now, if they do buy your books back, you get an extra 50%. So what they do, so I took a bunch of books. I have a bunch of Zane books. I had a bunch of Zane books. And I had other books too. I took them back to Second and Charles, not back to, but I took them to Second and Charles to see, okay, how much will they give me for these books? There was one book that they didn't take, and they didn't take it because they said they have several copies of it. And she told me to hold on to it and check with them in a couple weeks, because if they can sell some of the copies they have, they'll buy mine to sell it. So I took about 10 books there on Friday, and some of them are old. I'm talking more than 10 years old. Took them back there, and I got $30 for my books. Store credit, though. I thought it's going to be better for me to do store credit since I know I'm going to be in there at least twice a month looking at books and buying books. So I figure I won't have to pay for my books when I go purchase. And I have 2 more books that I forgot to take. I have 2 books that I did buy from there, my first 2 books that I'm going to take back the next time I go, sell those back and add that to my store credit and kind of live off my store credit in there. So if you are an avid book reader and you have a Second and Charles in your town, consider that. Consider selling your books back to them and replenishing, and then you don't have to spend your own money anymore. You'll be using your store credit. So you can read a book, take it back. They'll buy it back from you. Especially if it's a book that is hot, a hot topic right now. So I'm going to take this book back there once I'm done reading it. And I will take this book back once I'm done reading it and keep replenishing and getting more books. So that's all I have for you guys today. But stay tuned for more. I will be posting my shorts like I always do during the week. And I'll give you my one video once a week. Just a chat and chew, catch up, see what we're doing here. All right. I will talk to y'all next week. I hope y'all have a great week.